Welcome to Portsmouth Now. I'm your host, Rob Lauer. Summer's here. It's time to get outside, enjoy nature and the great outdoors, maybe take the entire family out to Portsmouth City Park. But if you're really serious about getting in touch with nature, there are also other newer parks here in Portsmouth that you might know very little about. On today's show, we're going to visit two of them and find out what they have to offer. That and much, much more coming up right here, right now, on this June 2015 episode of Portsmouth Now. Welcome to Portsmouth Now. Can you think of any summertime activity more traditional than heading out to the park for the day? Portsmouth's newest park is Paradise Creek Nature Park, located at 1141 Victory Boulevard. The park opened in June of 2013, and attendance has been growing as more people from around Hampton Roads discover this gem of nature. Recently, there was a groundbreaking ceremony for Phase 2 of the park's development. Our cameras were there to capture it all.
Royal greetings. If we can have all you royal stewards come on up forward. And those, if you're in the back and you can't see or hear, please feel free to come forward and join us. We're a lovely family here at our beautiful Elizabeth River. So are you happy to be here today?
Yes!
We are too. We've got friends and families and partners, and this has all been made possible by all. I am Princess Elizabeth, for whom this royal river was named back in the 1600s. On behalf of the Elizabeth River Project, they have brought me back to educate the children of the river to do what they do best, and that's help restore our wonderful river. It's my honor to introduce the board president of the Elizabeth River Project, who is going to walk us through a very poetic tapestry of a woven story of how we have gotten here today. I hope you know that you're all part of this beautiful legacy yourself. If you're not, I know that you are today, starting and will be from here forth. So it's my pleasure to introduce Lady Squires, and please come up and join us and give Lady Karen Jones Squires a royal applause.
The Elizabeth River is proud to have been able to transform this site not into just a park, but a rare gem of restoration for a river once presumed dead. For the Elizabeth River Project, Paradise Creek Nature Park is the place the public can see firsthand what's possible when we all pull together, citizens, government, and industry. Elizabeth River Project began organizing community-wide environmental restoration of Paradise Creek back in 2001. Elizabeth River Project worked with many partners on more than 20 projects, but the diverse stakeholder team felt that only a public park could inspire long-term stewardship. Now, it so happened that the city of Portsmouth had also been thinking about a park on Paradise Creek for more than 40 years. But lacked the resources to make it happen. The Elizabeth River Project promised the city that we would raise the funds to buy and improve the site as an education and recreation treasure if the city could open it to the public. We've kept our word, and we thank the city of Portsmouth for a great job of maintaining this site. Thanks.
Thank you, Lady Squires. Well, this is Portsmouth's newest major public park, and it's my honor to share the podium with the official welcome to Portsmouth Mayor Kenneth Wright. Mr. Mayor.
Good morning to all. This is a great day in the city of Portsmouth, and my pleasure and honor to welcome all of you here. We're proud here in the city of Portsmouth to be partners and to take over the park in Phase 1 and the great success we've had thus far. Bless y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Well, the princess is royally pleased with the next speaker, especially since my royal treasure box isn't quite full these days. But the Commonwealth of Virginia has provided more shillings for this park than anyone. So royal greetings to Mr. Clyde Chrisman. and he is the director of the Virginia Department of Conservation and Recreation. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much for that royal welcome. That's pretty awesome. I've never been introduced by the Queen before. On Earth Day of this year, the governor announced a new project that we're working on called the Virginia Treasures Project, and the goal is that during Governor McAuliffe's administration that we're going to identify 1,000 treasures that are ways that we can celebrate preserving the vital resources of the Commonwealth, and while we're preserving them, also providing public access to them. And so this site is going to qualify as one of the governor's treasures. We will be adding this site to the governor's list of the 1,000 treasures. So that is important. So I'm very honored to be here today and to see what a great use of the taxpayers' dollars in the partnership. So again, thank you very much for inviting me to be here today, and I'm glad I could join you.
Now, perhaps it's time for a spot of work. You ready to get your hands dirty a little bit? Oh, what a lovely view.
Okay. All right, we're going to grab a royal scoop on 3. 3. We're going to take it, and on 3, we're going to go. You ready, Judge? I'm ready. 3. Hey!
After the groundbreaking ceremony, we spoke with some of the participants, asking them to share their thoughts on Paradise Creek Nature Park.
Hello, royal greetings. I am Princess Elizabeth, for whom the Elizabeth River was named in the 1600s. I also wear the royal crown of being the Deputy Director of Education. But if you didn't know, the Elizabeth River is the most polluted river on the Chesapeake Bay. But we have royal education initiative and education efforts that are going on. Over 50,000 students are doing their part to help out the Elizabeth River. And today at Paradise Creek Nature Park, we are welcoming the Phase 2 amenities and doing a groundbreaking here that I'm very, very proud to be a part of. I actually had the honor of having a career that's the marriage of art and science, and I designed the children's playground that will be featured here, a natural, beautiful playground that will combine the maritime history with Norfolk Naval Shipyard and our living river with lots of animals, including a fun river otter slide. So we'll have fantastic education here with our kayak canoe launch and the wetland lab and a welcome center and so much more. So welcome to Paradise Creek Nature Park, and we hope you come out to visit. Thank you, and royal cheerio.
Marjorie Mayfield Jackson. I'm the Executive Director of the Elizabeth River Project.
I'm Karen Jones Squires. I'm the President of the Board of the Elizabeth River Project.
This is Portsmouth's third largest public park. It's 40 acres of nature where we're bringing back the health of the Elizabeth River and our shores with great partners. The City of Portsmouth is our partner in operating this park, and we opened it in 2013, but just with trails and parking and a revitalized forest and a new wetland, and now we're able to break ground today for our first roofs over our head, which are very exciting facilities. A wetland learning lab for students to explore the new wetland. A canoe and kayak launch will be coming thanks to the state, some state funding, and Dominion Wetland Learning Lab. I mentioned that, I think, already. Let's see. And the Beasley Foundation has sponsored the Fred W. Beasley Entry Pavilion. And that will be a place where we can have 30 students at a time in an enclosed classroom. It'll have a welcome center, some exhibits, a little bit of space for our education staff. And it's a super green building with rain cisterns and a green wall. And we're really excited about all these amenities.
And so many children, over 6,000 I believe, have visited this park from the school systems around and have learned so much about the river and what efforts not only the Elizabeth River Project, but volunteers in the community, corporations, all kinds of people have been working to restore the river to its former beauty. And this area gives city kids a chance to come out in nature in a safe space and see what a beautiful place they live in. So.
This is an oasis of nature in the heart of a working harbor, and it is a celebration of what we can do as a community when we work together to bring back the health of our home river. And it's 29 acres of mature forest. It's the last stand of mature forest on this part of the Elizabeth River, It's 11 acres of brand new wetlands. It's very beautiful, peaceful, and we have education programming going on all the time for what you can do as an environmental steward of the Elizabeth River. And it's paradisecreekpark.org to find out the latest, everything from moonlight walks to, we're going to have paddles and clear bottom kayaks at the canoe and kayak launch in the spring, to working with students. We've had 6,000 students out here already, and they do field trips with our urban park ranger, and they learn how trees really help absorb pollution, as well as creating a great place to play and walk and just revitalize yourself.
When we return to Portsmouth Now, we'll learn more about some of the events coming up this summer at Paradise Creek Nature Park. And then we'll head out to the wilds of Churchland to visit Hoffler Creek Wildlife Preserve. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund breeding.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Welcome back to this June 2015 episode of Portsmouth Now. On our show today, we're looking at a few of the parks in the city of Portsmouth that you can visit this summer. A week before the recent groundbreaking ceremonies at Paradise Creek, we spoke to Park Ranger Sarah Samowski to learn about some of the events taking place at the park this summer. I'm joined by Sarah Samowski, who is the Park Ranger here at Paradise Creek. Thanks for joining us, Sarah.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit, for those who don't know where Paradise Creek is located, because it's a new park, where are you located?
Paradise Creek is located actually just outside of the Jordan Bridge. So if you're driving down Victory Boulevard, we're right behind the historic neighborhood of Craddock and just down the street from the Jordan Bridge.
Okay. And what makes Paradise Creek unique? What makes it different from, say, City Park or some of the other parks here in Portsmouth?
Paradise Creek is really awesome because it's a woodland area. We have a natural wood forest area. We've got natural wildflower meadows and a beautiful natural wetland, so you can actually see what the Elizabeth River should look like in her natural glory. But we're also very accessible to everybody. So we allow dogs, we allow bikes on the trails, we're handicap accessible. So it's a great place to come and just explore, enjoy nature, and have fun.
And I understand that you have a lot of field trips here during the school year. A lot of kids get a chance to come here. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. We offer field trips for public and private schools in the area. This year alone, we've had over 5,000 students come to the park between 2014 and 2015. And all of Portsmouth fifth graders have had a chance to come out this year, as well as a lot of the Portsmouth high school students.
Great. What types of things do they do when they come out here? What do you give them a tour of the park, I guess? And
they do a lot of hands-on exploring. So we do water quality testing on our wetland right off of the bridge that's located in the back of the park. We assess our habitat by doing a scavenger hunt looking for native plants and animals. And we do a lot of nature appreciation work, so nature journaling and how to sort of become one with nature.
June is here, summer is here, so I guess the field trips for schools, that is over, but what do you have happening here in the park this summer that people can come do?
Sure, we have a lot going on. Every single Saturday we have programs out here in the morning and in the afternoon. Some of them are volunteer programs, some of them are exploration programs. Some are guided by me, those would be our ranger walks. And others are, you sort of can come and borrow supplies and go exploring on your own, and we call those our ranger stations, so you can just sort of show up and explore. If you're interested in programming, you can come and find one of these flyers. We have them throughout the city, and we also have them here at the park, and these are our program schedule for the entire summer. And you can also find that information on our website, paradisecreeknaturepark.org.
Can you tell us some of the things that are coming up? What's on the flyer?
Yeah, sure. We have ranger walks and ranger stations, like I just said. We also, June 20th is going to be a BioBlitz, which is a really fantastic day-long event.
BioBlitz?
Yeah, so to explain that for you, a BioBlitz is a day where we have professional scientists come to the park, and we have biologists that study plants, they study fish, they study birds, and then we have the public, so residents of Portsmouth and the other cities come and they go around the park with the scientists and they count every single species that they see. So the goal is that by the end of the day, every single plant, every insect, every bird, every fish that we've seen in the park that day will get recognized and tallied.
Wow, any idea like what the number of, say, species of birds around here? Does it vary from, I guess, season to season?
It does vary from season to season and day of BioBlitz. Last year we had over, I don't remember the total number, it's like over 300 different species, I believe, that we found. So far at the park we've had over 100 birds found here. Yeah, not in one single day.
Okay, right.
Yes. And for the BioBlitz, the kids really enjoy the insects, the insect time. And so the schedule for BioBlitz is also on our handy little flyer.
Anything else coming up? This thing's coming up in July, August?
Yeah, programming is going to be going on throughout July and August. And actually, after school's let out later in June, programs will be kicked up, so they'll be more frequent throughout the week. We'll always have programs Friday afternoons and all day Saturdays, but we'll also start to have some programming on Wednesday and Thursday afternoons as well.
Okay, great. So give us the web address again.
Website is paradisecreeknaturepark.org.
All right, well, thanks for joining us today and telling us about it.
Thank you.
Check out the website and come to Paradise Creek.
Thanks.
If you want to learn more about Paradise Creek Nature Park, the best thing to do is simply to stop by for a visit. The park is located near the Craddock area of Portsmouth at 1141 Victory Boulevard. You can also visit the park's website at www.paradisecreeknature.com, or you can call 757-399-7487. Another great park you can visit is Hoffler Creek Wildlife Preserve in Churchland. It's tucked away at 4510 Twin Pines Road. The preserve offers great outdoor activities every month of the year. Recently, Executive Director Helen Coons told us about the events that they have scheduled for this summer. Well, Helen, thanks for meeting us today here at beautiful Hoffler Creek. It's a gorgeous day.
It is a gorgeous day,
Not
Rob.
too
Thanks
hot.
No.
So, summer's here. What do you have coming up in June and July?
Well, we have a ton of stuff coming up in June and July. We have some of our regular programs that continue through the summer. We'll have our bird walks, our early bird walks that happen every second Saturday of the month. So we have one coming up on June 13th and then one on July 11th, and then we'll have one in August as well. And those happen at 8 o'clock in the morning, so it's bright and early. Visitors have to be here. If they're coming for the walk, they have to be here by 8. The gate closes at 8:10. And then you're in here before everybody else, and you get to hear the birds while they're still awake, when they're just waking up and getting their day moving. And you don't have to worry about any other visitors keeping them quiet. So it's a great time to come out and do some bird watching. Other than that, we have Garland Butler, who is a Portsmouth native here, who does our turtle time for us. We call him the Turtle Man. He has done turtle rehabilitation and has box turtles that he has.
Are these like delinquent turtles or what?
No, they're actually turtles that have been injured, and he takes them and he takes care of them. And if they're not re-releasable, he takes care of them. But he brings these box turtles in and talks about turtles and explains to people, all the different things that are really cool about turtles. They're a really neat reptile and very unique, obviously, because they carry their home with them on their back. So Garland talks about that, and that's a fun program. That's happening June 20th, and actually that program is free.
Okay,
so
that's a Saturday?
It's a Saturday. It happens at 10 o'clock on June 20th. So anybody can come. We invite people. It'll be at our pavilion, and you can just come in and listen and explore turtles with Garland.
Great.
It's really great. And then June 27th, we have a big program going on, and it's really unique. Last year was the first time we did this. We work with Bat World Hampton Roads. They come in and they do, at 8 o'clock, we do a program called Bats of Virginia with them. They actually have live bats that people can see. Not touch, unfortunately, but see up close.
Really want to.
Well, you'd be surprised.
That's true.
But and then we go out, and she actually has equipment that can listen to the bats calling, the echolocation as they're trying to locate their dinner. And we go out and we spot bats in the evening out over the open water on the lake or on the creek here.
I would imagine you have quite a few out here, don't you?
We do at times. Now, no guarantees they'll be out that night, but if they're calling, we'll be able to hear them. And we did just this year put up some bat houses in the park, so we're really we're really looking forward to seeing if we have brought some bat families in that might be feeding here this year because of that. So that wraps up June, and then in July, again, we do have the bird walk that's that second Saturday. And then on July 18th, we have Vicki Schufer, who is a local naturalist, coming in, and she'll be doing our annual blackberry tasting tour for us. And that tour has always been popular.
And why has it been popular?
Because blackberries are yummy, Rob. They're very good. We have blackberries planted all around the lake, and people can come in. Now, we don't allow people to pick blackberries on their own here, but for the tour, you can go out with Vicki, and you pick some blackberries, and then you go back to the pavilion, and she makes homemade ice cream, and you eat blackberries that you just picked off of the bushes on your homemade ice cream.
Oh,
and
wow.
it just doesn't, nothing says summer like that.
That sounds pretty great.
So we have lots of great things going on here this summer, and people can find out more about them on our website, which is hofflercreek.org. Some of the programs you do have to register in advance for, so I do recommend people check it out on our website.
All right, well, thanks for joining us, and come out this summer to Hoffler Creek. It's beautiful here. You can find out more about Hoffler Creek Wildlife Preserve by visiting its website, www.hofflercreek.org. You can also call the preserve's offices at 757-686-8684. Next on Portsmouth Now, we'll learn about some great day camps for kids. That's coming up after these messages.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to our June 2015 episode of Portsmouth Now. Every summer, the Children's Museum of Virginia offers some great day camps for kids of all ages. We stopped by the museum recently to find out what's being offered this summer. I'm joined by Corey State, who is one of the team of educators here at the Children's Museum of Virginia and the other Portsmouth City museums. Thanks for joining us, Corey.
Thanks for having me, Rob.
I know that every summer the museums offer a host of different day camps for kids of all ages. So can you tell us a little bit what's happening this summer?
Yeah, starting in July, we're going to offer several different camps, and they cover a variety of age ranges from 6 to 8. Then again up to ages 9 to 12. The ranges and the price ranges are different because we have half-day options and full-day options. And we even have a 1-hour camp for the little ones called Little Architects, where they learn how to build structures out of different materials. And so the price ranges go from $40 for members and $45 for non-members, all the way up to $130 for members to $135 for non-members. And those price ranges vary according to whether it's a 1-hour camp, a half-day camp, which could be AM or PM, or you can do the whole day camp by actually enrolling or registering for an AM camp and a PM camp.
Okay.
And one of the cool ones this year is that we're having the jump band with the junk man. You can learn how to take what people call trash or junk and turn it into musical instruments.
Oh, great. That sounds a lot of fun. So what are the other ones? I know there's a couple of art camps.
Yeah, we got the Little Architect, and then we have art exploration with our educator Samantha Moore. She's a great art instructor, and she's going to explore the ancient world of Greece and Greek art with the children. And then, like I said, the junk man is the other one. And then the Little Architects and the other builder camp, it's all about, it coincides with our exhibit about young architects that's coming into the Children's Museum over the summer.
Okay, great. And I noticed that also later in July down at the Naval Shipyard Museum, there's a history-based day camp too?
Yes, the history-based day camp are down there with Emily Kilgore and Diana Cripps. They're going to actually take children on a journey to explore the historical side of naval history, which will involve Revolutionary War, Civil War, World War II era type camps. So there'll be lots of themes going on down there as well.
Okay, now if people want to enroll, is there a deadline for enrolling?
The deadline for enrolling, it goes up until June, and so you can always check online to see when our registration deadlines are, but we also encourage you to call 393-5258 and ask for the education department, and any educator can help get you signed up for a camp. All you got to do is just fill out the registration form and then make your payment, and then your child will be enrolled. It's one of the best deals you can get in Hampton Roads as far as day camps are concerned.
It is that. Well, thanks so much for joining us, Corey, and telling us all about it.
No, thank you for having us.
On the first weekend of every month, admission to the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard Museum is absolutely free. There are also special events and activities. We dropped in the museum to find out what's in store for June and July. I'm joined by Diane Cripps, who is the curator of the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard Museum. Thanks for joining us, Diane.
My pleasure.
Now, I understand we have some events coming up first weekend in June.
Mm-hmm. Every time Portsmouth has its first weekend, we always have a first Saturday event here at the museum. And the museum and the lightship, which is just one block away, are both free admission that day. And in June, we're going to take an opportunity to bring out some artifacts that have not been on display in a long time, or maybe ever, that I know of that we have here in the collection. It's one of them is a large book of maps of Portsmouth from 1920. It's a book of Sanborn maps. Sanborn was a fire insurance company, and they went all over the country making maps of various towns and cities to record what the buildings were made of, basically for fire insurance purposes. And it's page after page of what Portsmouth was like in 1920. And it's a really interesting thing to see. And we're going to have it in a case for the day. And then at 3 p.m. on that day, I'm going to take it out of the case and just have a little show and tell with that and some other books that we have upstairs, some other atlases that show Portsmouth, and some that are even farther and wider than just here in Portsmouth and Virginia. So if anyone can join us at 3 p.m. that day or any time during the day, we're free all day.
Okay, what's the date of that?
June 6th.
Saturday, June 6th.
And we're going to have some activities both here and at the lightship related to mapping as well.
Great. Now, looking ahead, 1st of July, first weekend in July, Independence Day coming up. What events are coming here related to that?
Well, for a number of years, the museum has done a relatively large Patriots Day event for July 4th. This year, it happens to fall right on the holiday, on the 4th, which is also first Saturday. So first of all, the museum and the ship will be free admission that day. And we're trying something new this year. We've had a colonial theme for a number of years for Patriots Day. This year, we're going with a World War II theme, and we're going to talk about patriotism on the home front in Portsmouth. We're having a swing band. Some people in the area may know the 504 Supreme Band. They are coming to play swing music all afternoon on July 4th. They're going to be outside. A group of swing dancers called Swing Virginia is coming, and they're going to be dancing with the band and actually offering lessons to anyone who would like to learn how to swing dance.
Well, that sounds a lot more fun than learning how to do like the minuet.
Perhaps, yeah. A lot more celebratory, perhaps, for Independence Day. And we're having a wonderful reenactor come that day. His name is Jim Collier. He's been with us before. He brings an enormous tent and lots of Navy artifacts. He comes dressed as a World War II Navy recruiter, and he sits you down at his desk with a manual typewriter, and he basically recruits you for the Navy and sends you off to basic training. And he's a wonderful guy. He brings lots of stuff to display and loves to talk to people, and he's bringing a Jeep. And so he's going to be a great addition to the day as well.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun and something really different. Totally patriotic, but not Paul Revere, George Washington, all
Something new. We like to cover as many eras as we can, so we're taking the opportunity this year to try something different.
Great. Thanks for telling us about it. So be sure to come out to the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard Museum the first Saturday of every month. They have something going on, and admission is free. Thanks, Diane.
You're welcome.
On Saturday, June 6th, be sure to come out to the 2015 Seawall Music Festival. This summer celebration of music takes place along the seawalls from 3 o'clock p.m. until 9:30 p.m. The music festival is family fun that's absolutely free. There'll be performances by local and regional artists, as well as national recording artist Harold Melvin's Blue Notes. And the festival concludes with the East Coast's largest firework display at 9:30 p.m. For more information on the Seawall Music Festival, as well as any other events featured on today's show, simply log on to www.portsvaevents.com. And then come to Portsmouth, where if you give us a day, we'll give you a vacation. I'm Rob Lauer. Thanks for joining me for today's show, and be sure to join me next month for another episode of Portsmouth Now.